6th on their PI.
Yeah, the only reason he's like so low is because like he'll go through some time, like, or at least in the past, he's gone through bouts of like lack of confidence. But like when the dude is on, like he is today, it is impossible to like. How is this man not #1? Like he is on fire. MVD lost to Slojo, who Yeti beat to get into top 8.
Yeah, that would have been a run. That would have been quite the run back to see, but we don't get that. We get Toon Link, Diddy Kong on Smashville, game 1. Let's get right down to it.
I'm excited to see how MVD is able to handle Yeti's absolutely pristine item control. Like, this guy is able to cover so many options all at once with all of Toon Link's options as far as his projectile game goes.
This matchup is going to be item control versus item control, of course. We have the bombs from Toon Link. We have the bananas from MVD's Diddy Kong. And it's going to be a battle of what you can make happen with them. There's so many opportunities you can create with things like bombs and things like bananas.
And now, if you aren't aware, I mean, Yeti is obviously, a regional name more so than he is a national name. If he keeps up like this, he'll be, a household one. But in the meantime, the thing to know about Yeti is that he actually teamed with his friend Danereich, who is also a Toon Link, and they are Team Bomb Fair, named so because of the bombs and the fairs that the Toon Links typically throw out. And the reason that they are so dangerous is because they just always seem to find a way to get that kill confirm in the zaniest of situations.
The kill confirms are definitely the strength of Yeti. Yeti has some of the craziest ones. He goes for like bow jab lock setups. You ever see some of those? Those are insane.
It's like he'll go for crazy coverages too. Like to beat Slojo in one of the games, he ledge trumps Slojo and gets a back air to get him far away. Pulls a bomb, throws his boomerang, has boomerang cover middle, bomb cover high, and himself cover low. Slojo literally could do nothing to recover because he had such a perfect wall of death coming at him.
That's particularly powerful against the linear recovery of Fox. Diddy Kong has a little bit more control over his recovery.
Even so, though, a lot of Diddy's rely on that side beat to help them get closer to the stage. So if Yeti can close off that option, it's going to force him into barrels a lot more, which he can gimp himself and get kills that way, too.
MVD is not a particularly monkey flip happy Diddy Kong, and he's going to find a different option, of course, the down tilt up smash classic kill confirm combo here for MVD. That's going to put him up a stock game 1. And he's going to get bombed right out of his monkey flip trying to dance away from Yeti's corner pressure.
Yep. And that's one thing, though, that, I mean, even though we saw MVD, thankfully for him, take the first stock, it was very close all the way up into that. So if Yeti can find this kill relatively quickly, we'll basically reset to neutral here, where it has been an intense back-and-forth battle of neutral.
Losing rage is pretty big deal for Yeti. Like, if Yeti can get the first stock and then keep his rage, he can find early stocks on many characters of cast, Diddy Kong included. But that's not the case here.
He is a young boy that drinks his milk and is very strong.
Oh, yeah. He drinks all that long milk, and it's going to put him in a position here to get a stock, but right now he's just getting juggled a little bit, and Diddy Vortexed. That's the a nickname that the Midwest has coined, I think.
And that's actually something what you saw right there. Had that banana mount been there, Yeti was trying to do back throw into bomb into up air, which I've seen him do multiple times to great effect, but unfortunately he just barely missed the bomb and then tripped on the banana.
Ooh. MVD looking to pressure him on that Smashville platform. It's so scary.
Just goes with a very naked fair there. Just sort of like, here's the sword. Go off.
When you do that on the rising full hop, you can fade away while you do it, and it'll beat some options, but then you'll be pretty safe, relatively speaking.
And that's how Yeti really plays his game, is that if it's not a projectile game that keeps him safe, it's going to be his spacing and because of Toon Link's float.
Oh, and we got some item catching back and forth here. Oh, wow.
Like, this is where Yeti starts to get a little zany. Yeah, like, it's tough to, in the face of that, to know what to do, because you want to pick an option because you're afraid to get hit by that bomb, because that can set up in so many things. But
there it goes.
We're just going to go classic Diddy Kong there, stock 1 and stock 2 for MVD to take game 1. Yeti's going to be looking to turn it around on probably a different stage, I believe, here in game 2.
That was banana down tilt forward smash, right?
Yes.
There was the down tilt, right?
Yeah, there was definitely the, and please, in the chat, if you are subscribed to Unrivaled Tournaments, hit that brand new emote, Unrivaled Clap, which is one of my favorite emotes of all time. If you would like access to that emote so you can go and have fun with it on their channels, please subscribe to my favorite stream organization during this top 8 while we get into game 2.
They have some funny emotes.
It's great. Like the Luma. Oh, it's so good.
There are no Lumas in top 8.
No, we're not. So that's gonna be a useless emote today.
If you say so. Town and City is the pick here for Yeti. This makes a lot of sense.
Certainly, yeah. If there's one thing that we saw in Smashville is that he had a little bit of trouble killing after he lost his rage, and he took too much damage in the meantime while he was trying to find that kill confirm. So instead he's going to go, hey, it's a little bit easier on this one. Let's see how it works out for me.
And I love the way he throws the boomerang to the diagonal upwards, because a lot of the times MVD was trying to monkey flip above him and cross him up. That's what that boomerang's trying to cover when he throws it up diagonally, even if MVD's sitting in shield in front of him.
Yep, and
it's
then
a preemptive strike.
One thing to keep in mind about Yeti here, as MVD has basically either weaved around or shut down all of his item options, is how he's going to be able to adjust. So we're going to have to see, hopefully, more so than just the angled angled boomerang throw. We're going to see how he has to get around all these other options that have so far failed him.
The forward smash only had that second hit, and Yeti had pretty perfect DI to the diagonal corner, keeping him alive through that the potential kill confirm. And again, he's just pressuring so hard with his item recatches.
Unfortunately, though, that pressure is not really resulting in a lot of damage or stage control. So he's, again, I think he's just going to have to try and take a little bit more of an aggressive stance. He's at pretty high percent here. He's got a lot of work to do to get MVD in a similar situation. Yeah,
MVD's playing super patient. He's when he's stuck in the air like that, he runs away, finds a landing, gets a down tilt. And that's, that's that.
Right. And unfortunately for Yeti, MVD is often heard at tournaments being like, you just fall out of Diddy up smash. That shouldn't be a thing. Well, so far he hasn't had him fall out of a single one, so I'm hoping I'm not jinxing him here, but so far so good in the land of MVD.
Yeah, he's playing just super fundamentally sound. Just running up shielding, finding opportunities to just close the gap. Finding a way in versus Toon Link is usually the struggle. MVD is just using his great movement, you can see, and then he gets his damage.
Yeah, he's picking his spots pretty exactly. And we saw him there. He literally just ran away to the edge of the stage because he knew that Yeti wasn't going to be able to chase him with anything. Nothing that Yeti had was built for a full stage distance.
Now Toon Link's kind of he wasn't really built for track and field. He doesn't run very fast. So when it's Toon Link's initiative to close the gap, he can kind of struggle like that.
Right. And one thing I will say about Yeti versus MVD is, as you mentioned it earlier, MVD playing that very, very solid fundamental game. Yeti kind of plays instinctually, he just kind of reads and reacts to what the situation is offering to him. So that's one thing that will make him struggle against a player like the caliber of MVD, is that, unfortunately, he's going to have too much difficulty trying to get the edge on him, because MVD has all that experience over Yeti.
I don't know how much experience in this particular matchup, per se, MVD has. He and Hugo were at Midwest Mayhem 1.
Yes,
but I don't remember if they actually played. So
even if they did, though, Yeti plays such a strange version of Toon Link comparatively, so I'm not sure that even would have helped him all that much. But I mean, if you're a player the likes of MVD, you have to know the matchups no matter what. So that's not really
right.
That's a little bit of a moot point.
When you travel around the world, it should be stated that you know the matchups.
Right. And MVD's actually been one of the most frequent flyers around the world as far as our Smash 4 players go. So yeah, no excuses here, and he's showing his knowledge and his confidence in his character.
Ooh, that killed. Nice banana to back air on that down C platform. Yeti was a little trapped, and his tournament could be over if he's not careful.
Yeah, MVD watched Yeti take on Slow Joe to get out to top 8, so he had that little bit of scouting. He was very impressed by what he saw out of Yeti, but he also, because he was watching him, figured out a game plan in that moment. And so far, so good.
Yeah, it appears to be working. MVD is a very cerebral player. He really theory crafts. I don't know who he theory crafts with. It might just be in his own head.
I mean, I
assume it's with his teammates.
I know he talks with Esam a lot.
Yeah.
Those guys not only teammates but also close friends, both part of the Florida scene. So I'm sure that they do quite a bit of it. Right now, though, Yeti has got to find some way to get an extra amount of pressure, some extra damage. Because really, what's happening here is Game 1 he got a lot of damage but couldn't find the kill. Game 2 couldn't get the damage, so he couldn't find the kill. So he's just got to find a way to. Wow!
What? MVD!
Whoa!
You gotta be kidding me!
And the
taxi platform assist from hell if you're a fan of Minnesota.
Uber just delivered him. Oh, he almost got the
angel strike. Now he's pressing some buttons, dude.
Wow, that was extremely impressive. MVD is feeling himself right now.
Oh,
but yeah,
man.
I mean, what happened there is he just basically took advantage of Toon Link's floatiness. Whenever he detilted him because he wasn't fully through the platform, his floating just kind of popped him up just a little bit so that he could get carried all the way to the blast zone, and then just a quick little boop, and he was out.
It was the perfect knockback angle.
Right.
Basically, off of every single one of those detilts.
And I don't know if there was maybe a DI that Yeti could have tried that maybe he didn't.
Oh my goodness,
but
14! mean?
Wow.
Do you see that?
That was an absolute dismantling in that game 3. He took everything he learned in games 1 and 2 and just is like, yeah, you're done, son. So congratulations to Yeti for 7th place.
Yes, definitely.
Holy crap, MVD.
Yeah. And, you know, that's just continuing his pretty monster losers run he's had. He lost early to Slow Joe.
Yes, he lost to Slow Joe. I got it right here. Lost to Slow Joe, but then ran it back, and he beat Captain Puff, Bushi, Low One, Scorpio, also from Minnesota, and Dom, who recently broke into the top 10 in the Chicago PR. So